That's no moon. It's a space station.
It's too big to be a space station.
The Death Star is a fantastic collection of exotic technologies, and it was a chance in the movie to do things with motors and with weird electronic tones and with loops of sound played backwards through reverb chambers. Because this was a powerful place with all kinds of technology, you could practically justify any kind of interesting sound, and therefore I had kind of a field day with it. Obviously, there's hundreds of sounds associated with all the scenes that take place in the Death Star. But what would any Star Wars movie be without two of the most principal ones, which are the blasters and the laser swords. The sound of the blasters was discovered by accident. I was on a hike with my family. We passed underneath the guy wires of a radio tower. I bumped against it, and the wire made a twanging sound. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's a laser gun." And that wire on that particular radio tower became the basis for all the blasters.
Lock the door, kid!
The other principal sound for the weapons is, of course, the lightsaber.
Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
And the lightsaber, oddly enough, was the first sound I ever made for the Star Wars films. I had an immediate idea about it, even when I saw the artwork on the wall of George's office. I remember when I cut together the first temporary version of the lightsaber fight between Vader and Ben Kenobi. At this point, no one had heard a lightsaber. It certainly, no sound had been put in against picture. And I worked alone for a few days in the editing room, cutting the sounds and mixing them together. And then we had a screening of the movie for the editing crew just to see where we're at. And I sort of sprung this sequence on them with the sounds cut in. I got great reviews. It brought it to life in a way that hadn't existed, because now the swords had energy associated with them, and that energy came through the sounds that were, synchronized with them. And it was a very satisfying feeling. That sound never changed much. It never was challenged by anyone. George seemed satisfied with it right from the start. And I just moved on to the next thing.